So now that we are here, guys, the way to proceed from here is you can see a lot of things going. It is very organized. We are currently on templates. Can I see your template? If I go to designs, it's going to show you your designs. But now everybody knows this is a new account, no design yet. Can you see under recent 0, right? I'll also go to templates, and now you can now see this is the default. This is where you see you can create a presentation slide. You can go ahead and create a poster. You can design a resume here. You can design email here, in like an email. What they call it? They call it email campaign or email newsletter. You can design it from here. We have logo design can also be done here. Flyers, Instagram posts, the likes and the likes and the likes. Even wedding invitation that has animation. Can you see mobile video can also be done here? A lot of things can be done here. And if you go ahead to scroll down, there are templates already available that I can start from. For example, I can decide I want to create an Instagram post. So I'll go ahead to, let me say Instagram. Somebody mute. Who is this guy? Ready? I'm done with you. Please unmute yourself. Sorry. So I'll go ahead to type Instagram post, and I'll go ahead to search by Instagram post. It's going to filter that list out for me. You know, it was showing random designs before, but now it's going to show Instagram post. Note, Instagram post varies. It can be a normal post. It can be a story. It can be a story. It can be a real size. So different sizes are going to be here for different designs. It can be a carousel design, in fact, from slide to slide, and you can see different styles here. Can you see that? You can see different designs here, and there are templates. When you over on one of them, when you over on any of them, if it has multiple pages, it's going to go ahead and animate it for you. Look at this one. I just placed my mouse on it, and you can see 1 of 2 and 2 of 2. But note, not everything is accessible. Not everything is free. What do I mean by that? You can see some crown icon below here. Shows that this is for premium. That means if you are using a free account, like what mine is a free account, if you are, whatever you want to use needs not to have that crown icon below it. That shows that it is a free design that you can just edit and upload. I'll give you an example. I'll decide somebody is into fashion, right? And I feel like I just want to put something out there today to talk about fashion week or whatever. I'll write what customize this template. What is there is exactly what I want to use. Every other thing is fine. I don't need to know what design is all about. All I have to do is just to decide. Of course, I have new stock. The next thing there is what? This is fashion, not 2025. I'll double click inside it and I'll change it to 2026. I don't need to have any design knowledge. I'll just go ahead to this one. Now, new season. I'll say a new week because this is new week. I do this monthly. I can say new month, new looks. Nothing different. Or if I have another catchphrase, I can use that. New month. And if I just type in my own month there, I'm not doing anything special here. I'm telling them to shop. But note, this is a foreigner here. Right? This is a foreigner in the background, and I can change this image. The same thing goes for these images that I have here as well. They can all be changed, right? How can I do that? When I double click into it, you can see that I can move this image. I'll double click outside too. I'll do the same thing for this one. I can also move this image. The same thing goes for the one inside here as well, right? They can also be adjusted. When I double click inside it, you can see that it can be adjusted. But this is not what I want to do. I want to replace the image. How do I replace the image with the image that I already have in my design? Note, for the fact that you have an image on your phone does not mean automatically it jumps into Canva. No, it doesn't work that way. The way you can bring in whatever images or design assets you are planning to use on your design Canva, this is the process. You go ahead to go on this other side. You're currently on template here. What you are looking for is something known as upload. When I go ahead to click on upload, it shows you that, designer, nothing has been uploaded here. Do you want to upload something? Then I'll say that yes. When I click on upload, it's going to go ahead to open your phone directory or your laptop directory. Because I'm using a laptop here, it's saying my laptop directory. So I'll go to my list. What I'm looking for is an image. I have downloaded some stock image for today's class. So I'll go ahead to scroll down. I think talking about fashion, this lady does it very well. So I'll say this one here, and I'll go ahead to pick these other 2 ladies, one, and maybe this guy. I'm selecting 3. After selecting those 3, I'll go ahead to click on open. I'm saying I'm a fashion designer and I know the kind of images that I want to add to this design, right? I can now decide that since I have these images, I want to replace them. This page is going to be in the background. So I'm going to drag it and just drop. Can you see that? Nothing, no need of design knowledge yet. Normal stuff. Anybody can do this, right? I'll go ahead to be like, okay, this page is looking fine. I like the contrast. I'll also go ahead to select, I need this guy to be the first image on this list here. I'm dragging and dropping. And I'll go ahead to the last guy on this list. I'll go ahead to put this page here. Note, I'm cutting my head off. So I'll go ahead to double click into it and then paste this very well. The same thing goes for this guy. I even like the guy's face. Very nice and cocky. The last one on the list is this lady here. And I feel like I have changed everything to what I need. Now, that is not my brand name. The name of my brand, I'll say, is Boluwatife & Co. Boluwatife. Boluwatified. Let me use it. That's crazy. That's a crazy brand name. So let's say your brand color is not. Now I've changed the text here. All I've just done is I picked up the template, double click into the text that I have to change it to whatever I'm trying to do. It can be a fashion week for me. I can say discounted Friday, or I don't know, whatever you are trying to do. Just let me say, whatever. Let me say fashion week. Let me just say 2026 was fashion week. So that you just know that it's something that you can change. The texts are editable. All the text, because it's a free asset, and immediately I'm done. I feel like this is exactly what I want. You can just go ahead to click on this button here, known as the share button. The share button helps you to take whatever you've designed, takes it outside the software so that you can now post online. See, if I have an Instagram, I can do it directly. If I want to schedule the post, I can do that. That is a premium account. Let me just do the basic thing. I'll click on download. And when I do download, it will ask me, designer, when you are trying to export on this, our Canva, there are different files you can use. When I drop down, you see that I have JPEG, I have PNG, I have PDF standard, I have PDF ready for print, I have SVG, scalable vector graphics, I have movie, MP4 video, I have GIF. GIF is an animated, your WhatsApp stickers that is animated without audio. That is your GIF, and then you have presentation slides. There are different file types that you can extract with on Canva. But as simple as it is, I'll go ahead and click on what JPEG, for example. And looking at it here, I feel like everything is okay. Look at the quality. If I go ahead to increase, this is one that I can get for free. If I go ahead to increase, Canva will start telling me, star, you are not using paid though. Can you see that? This is the error here. So I'll go ahead to what? Leave it on 1. Go back to my share. I'll leave it on 1. I'll go ahead to my download one more time. I'll leave it on 1. I'll now select what my JPEG. I'll leave it on 1. I'll leave it on quality of 80. If you increase that 82, it will have to tell you that, sir, you don't have access to this. Come on. You are not paying. So go ahead and do the barest minimum. The barest minimum also works. So I'll go ahead and select JPEG here. Leave the file as it is, and I'll go ahead to click on what? Download. When I do that, automatically you have created your first design on Canva. Automatically showing me a file directly on my system that I can put it in. I'll go ahead to download, and I'll go ahead to our class file for today. After today, I'll be sending you a zip file that has, can you say pass data? I'll open that up, and I'll also right click and put new. I'll call it designs. And I'll go ahead to enter into it. So that I'll go ahead to click on save. When I save that design there, let me go ahead to my file directory on my system. When I go to my file directory on my system, I'll go to download. I'll go to, yes, download. I'll scroll down on my list here, and I'll go to something known as ports. Inside the port, I'm going into what? This file, and I'll double click. I just want you guys to see what we have done. So from as simple as just replacing the images, editing the text, you have already created your first Canva design, right? It is as simple as that. But again, in today's class, we are doing more than that, because we are not just looking, we are not just, can you see that? This is the design, right? This is the design. We have not done anything special. I just added the images and changed right up a little bit, and then we moved on, right? So this is the design. and it says, you can see that it's nice quality, it's looking nice, it's looking sharp, though there are some errors here, but you can see alignment in action. You don't have to align yourself. Everything has been aligned for you. The images have been organized. The structure is looking sharp. All you have to do is just replace the text and use. It is a free design. But why their businesses don't like this? Because when Mr. A goes to Canva, pick up this design and uses it, Mr. B goes to the Canva, pick up this and use it. Do you understand? So every brand is looking the same. Everybody is posting welcome to new stock and everybody is using the same design, right? That is why businesses will not employ you or want to pay you because you are using some free asset. Again, nobody knows. Though. As long as you are hiding your sources in design business, I think you are fine. You will thrive. You'll be fine, right? As long as you are using a design and it's not casted, right? Everybody sees like, this is new. In fact, the customer does not know better. They feel like, oh, this guy is a designer. Oh, and then you are making your money, right? But again, it's better to do your own due diligence. Why will you choose to be ordinary when you can be extraordinary, right? So I'll go back to my design. Let's go back to home. So I'll go back to home here. Why am I going back to home? Because we are done with our first design. I want to show you how this thing works again. When you open your Canva and you've created a design now, can you see on template and see back to default? When I go to your design, it was empty before, but let's check what's going to happen now. It's showing design, telling us that we have done the first thing that we did was we uploaded designs in and we worked on this Instagram design, edited just now. Can you see that? That is how you go ahead to create your design on Canva. Now, let me tell you something. Whenever you are learning a product, when you are learning any application, the first 3 things you need to know how to do is first, how to create a design. The second one is how to save a design, right? The last one is what? How to open an existing design. It is not like a principle. I'm just telling you my own normal process. It's like COS, right? C is for you to create. The second one O is for you to open an existing drawing, right? The third one is how do you even save what you have done and revisit it again? Now you can see that my design is updated to the latest because Canva is online. You don't have to save any goddamn thing on Canva. If I finish my design, I can close the tab. I won't have to save anything. If I close the tab and reopen it again, it will resume back to my design to show me everything that I'm working on. In fact, if I'm working with internet on Canva and then my internet gets disrupted such that it goes off, whatever I've done up to that moment, be sure that it is saved on Canva. So we are not losing any data, right? So this time we are not using a template. Today we are creating something unique for ourselves, right? And how do we proceed with that? Today, I'm telling you on your design, these are the different templates you can create from. But for today's design, we'll be creating something simple and it's going to be personal. I'm going to personalize it in a way. The first thing I want to do is this design has a custom size. Like I said, I'll give you access to some assets. I'll give you access to some assets. That English is, in fact, I'm feeling myself this afternoon. I have some flows, right? I have some flows going on here. So what I'm saying is I'm going to be giving you access to some assets, right? Now, what are those assets? The first thing is every designer, let me tell you how design works. In design, it is just all about combining different design elements. What are design elements? Design elements are things, are different, I'll just say element again. English is warning me here. Design elements are different things that come together for a particular composition to be called a design. What do I call composition? Composition is this. When you bring text, you brought images, you've added some symbols, you've added a particular color to it. These are different design elements you are combining together. When you have combined them so well and you have everything looking nice, now this is known as a composition. They call it a design composition. A design composition can be for as small as a business card. It can be a design composition for a logo. Anything that you are bringing together, you are combining them together. It's known as what design composition. And design elements, Number one of them, there are like 5 of them, and there are even more now because everything is upgrading every day. But I'll give you the basic 5. The first one that every designer, one of the elements that you use every now and then in your design is something known as text. You bring text in your design. You use text in your design every now and then, right? The second one that we have on the list is something known as images. You see a church flyer after they've added text, deliverance, welcome, so. You see the pastor's picture somewhere. It's showing some background with some people raising up with their hands up, like in the forum, like the conference view, or people worshiping devotedly, right? That's images in action. All these things come together and they are evoking some feeling in you, right? So we have the image, we have the text, we have colors as well. Color is one of the design element that you also use every now and then, right? You see colors, you look at this design, the other one and that other one too. There are color variances. Let me go ahead to my template here. There are different designs on this place now, but you see different designs with different colors. You can see them. Varying colors, varying images, varying. Do you get them? So we have text, we have images, we have color. The next thing that we have on the list, according to also known as design element, is something known as well symbols. Every now and then in your design, you use symbols. For example, have you seen a wedding flyer where they are trying to tell you that location is GRA, so place. And when instead of writing location, they put a symbol of location on that spot. All right? Instead of telling you the venue is, they put a symbol of location on that spot. Instead of telling you the phone number, they put a telephone symbol on that point. Symbols are also one of the design elements you use every now and then, right? You put them and add them to your design, right? Symbols, right? This is also one of the design elements. I have a slide for this, but like I said, today's class is not for slide. We are going head on into the product itself. So we have color, we have the text, we have images, we have color, we have symbols, and then we have the fifth one that I'm going to be mentioning to you guys. The fifth one is known as pattern and texture. Pattern and what? Texture. Pattern and texture are design elements that you use to just make your design unique. What am I talking about? I'll go ahead to increase my Chrome here. I'll go ahead to increase the zoom level, so I can zoom into designs for you. Let me show you something. When I move to this design, I know that you can see my screen properly. I'll move to this design. I'll go from one design to another design. There's no texture applied here, but you see something. You see this design here. Can you see something like a blurry background going on? Maybe it's not so visible. This icon that you have here, this rounded icon that you are seeing here, this is like a symbol. I'll go ahead to drag down. Let me show you what the texture looks like. I'm already seeing textures, so I'm looking for the obvious one that you cannot miss. I'm already seeing textures in this design, but I am looking for the obvious one that you can't miss. Now, look at this background element here. Right? These are some patterns and textures in design. I'll go ahead and scroll down again. I'm still yet to see the one that is so obvious. And I saw one the other time because I zoomed in. Now I miss that one. Okay. Textures. Let me zoom out. Let me zoom out. Let me zoom out. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this girl here. Why am I not seeing that the other time? Where is the girl? Where's the girl? I think this lady, yeah, fantastic. You can see this image here. Can you see her here? Let me zoom into her very so I can see the design. Look at this design here. Are you seeing some flowery kind of background here? Please confirm you can see my screen, guys.
Yes, sir.
Can you see some flowery background in this design? Right?
Yes, sir.
So these are things we use in design. Look at this image here. There's also some pattern texture here. Look at this image here. This symbol here is nothing other than shapes, right? Shape is also one of the elements actually, right? But look at the flowery pattern that we have going on in the background. Shape is one of the design elements as well. But you can use a lot of things to show your pattern. I'm not saying really nice design and show some textures here, but I think I have to open that design so that I can see it. Let me open the design here. I'll go ahead and click on this. It's going to show me on a big screen. I'll go ahead to customize. And if I go ahead to open it on a big screen, I'll zoom out a little bit because it's going to be too large. I think so. It's not too large. I think I'll zoom into it. This is what I'm talking about. Can you see some flowery pattern here? If I double click, I can pick it up. Can you see this flowery background? This is texture. Pattern texture. We are just trying to add some patterns in the background. Again, it's not to create I'm not trying to do anything magical. All we are just trying to do is just to create some discrete. If I delete it, the design will still make sense. But it's not just going to carry as much weight as before. Look at how it's looking now. So plain and dry. But looking at applying the pattern, it still is adding a kind of like a feel, some level of separation from both the icon itself, this lady here, and also the text, some level of separation there because of the patterns that are there, right? So these are also one of the design elements that we use. The last one, I'm going to be adding to that 5 again. Another one that I have there is something known as what? Shapes. Shapes, you always find them in design every now and then. Shapes can be as small as a square. You can see this image is not just applied, it's not just dropped into the design, it's dropped into a particular shape. And there's an outline for it, right? So this is you trying to create a design. So let us create something, guys. Because again, it is when you start putting your hands, let's dip into it. When you start putting your hands on design, that is when we start making some progress.